Hey there, guys. Welcome to my mini teach for today, a short power pack of teaching in less than 10 minutes. All right. This one's a bit different today, guys. It is a mini teach along with a prophetic insight, and I'll be sharing this over the next 3 days. So one of these will go into next week. I really felt the Lord wanted me to share this information with you guys. What's more than information, this revelation with you guys. Especially for the ladies. So this is something I actually brought to a women's conference last October in 2022. And I really feel it's a message that needs to go out a little bit more broadly. So join in with me today, guys. I'm going to try something a little bit different and try and share my screen and show you a few other things because it's a bit more visual learning today. Now, if you're a bloke, as we'd say here down under, if you're a guy, this one is specifically for the ladies. But if there's a woman in your life that you really want to encourage, then please share this with her. And my encouragement and exhortation to the ladies today is to not despise your femininity. Femininity is under attack just as much as masculinity is under attack. We know gender is under attack. We know a whole bunch of things are actually happening right now. Goodness knows, all these things could get me flagged with Facebook or YouTube or who knows. So share, comment, whatever you like. I want to offer you guys a little bit of prophetic insight into what the Lord is speaking into this hot button issue at the moment. But I want to encourage women, do not despise your femininity, because we have situations where in our pop culture now, feminine ideals that we are being asked to prescribe to or align with are actually not feminine. And anyway, let me give you a few examples. So I am going to share my screen. Give me a moment. I'm going to share that. Just a second. So hopefully you can see what I've got up on screen right now. So for me lately, and like I'm in my mid-40s, guys. I don't have time for a lot of this nonsense. The way that female characters are portrayed, that our younger women, and I've got daughters. I've got a teenage daughter and a 10-year-old, soon to be 11-year-old. These are not the types of female characters that I want them to aspire to, because these female characters are completely cringe. I mean, I don't know, you guys can let me know in the comments. I do not understand how we need to actually be tearing down men and making them into beta males, essentially, in order for us to be strong. And I'll give you guys a bit of biblical perspective on this in a moment. So I find this incredibly cringeworthy. But the truth is, there are other strong female characters we've had. One of the more recent ones is Wonder Woman up on screen. But I've got there, if you don't know, that's Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice. Now, that was written early 1800s. Eowyn is one of my favorite female characters from The Lord of the Rings. Also a very, very strong character, portrayed very well in the movies. But if you go back and read the books written in the early 20th century, you will see that Eowyn is an even stronger character. So we have examples of feminine strength in our culture, not just popular culture today, but it goes back centuries. And I would say, and wait for my mini teach, tomorrow, we have biblical examples going back thousands of years, which is absolutely astounding. So what we need to understand is that in order for us to be strong females, and I am all for being a strong woman, don't hear what I'm not saying. In order for us to be strong females, we need to embrace our femininity. I'll just hang on. I don't want to play that because I don't want to get flagged for copyright content. So here's the prophetic insight I have for you today, ladies. Fully realized feminine strength will be the turning of the tide in our sphere of influence. We need to be strong women. Strong women do not tear down men. It doesn't mean that we tolerate bad behavior. It doesn't mean that we sit in places that are abusive. Do not hear what I'm not saying. But we need to be strong in our feminine strength, which I'll unpack a little bit more in tomorrow's mini teach, rather than just simply trying to be strong by displaying excuse me, I'm just going to find where I am again. Be strong by displaying masculine characteristics. All right, guys, we do not need to be masculine in order to be strong. We can be strong female, strong women, regardless of all the hype and what's going on in culture and society and politics and religion or whatever it looks like. I want to encourage you not to despise your femininity. And here's something to remember: Galatians 3:28. Paul's exhortation to the Galatian church is there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you're all one in Christ Jesus. So the truth is that we should not be having to, in order for us to be one, all of us, and we are one, but we don't always get there. Look at some of my earlier teachings this week in my mini teachers about being perfected in unity. We're not always one because we fail to recognize that in Christ these things don't matter. These things don't matter. The pulling down and the trying to, one up one another by pulling one another down is just not a kingdom model. We build on a foundation of love, and we understand that in Christ, when it says, and I do believe this is powerful for something for Paul to have said in the first century, in Christ there's neither male nor female, and all the other things he said was actually taking out the need for one to actually be dominant over the other. And he says in many of his writings, including the book of Galatians, to submit yourselves one to another. So I want to be really, really clear here. Feminine strength does not need to pull down the masculine. Feminine strength does not need to be masculine in order to be strong. Listen to next week's message. You can be a strong female, and anyone who knows me knows I'm a strong female. Ask my husband, ask my kids. You do not need to prescribe to what the world is telling us now is what feminine strength looks like. Okay, hold on to your femininity, whatever that is. Some of us, are less, I do my nails and hair and makeup sometimes, not today. But that's not what I mean. I mean holding on to your femininity, and I'll unpack that a little more in tomorrow's mini teach. All right, I pray this blessed you. Please share. We'll see how long it lasts in terms of saying things of this nature. Shouldn't have to be controversial, but unfortunately in this is highly triggered culture, they are. So bless you guys. Let me know what you think. And as I said, if you're a man and you got a strong woman in your life that you want to encourage, share this with her. All right. Bless you guys. Love you. See you next time.